Hello guys, welcome back. Sorry I haven't uploaded like an invention or a more advanced kind of tutorial for a while. I've been focused on my Back to Basics series, but I thought I'd do this one because I've been playing around with one of my machines that I've done a tutorial previously, and I've made a tweak that will now do a little bit more. So what I have been playing around with is the give item machine. So if you haven't seen this already, please see suggested video now. What it does is, if I tag myself with give item, it will give me a named item, which is really cool. A little bit more efficient than and quicker than the chest clone, or the item frame clone, or the what's the other one, the dropper kind of mechanism you could do. It's really useful for giving named items, for enchanted items, or combination of both, whatever you want to do. Custom durability, basically anything that you could do with a give command in Java that you can't do in Bedrock, you could set up previously in a structure block and then use this machine to give it to yourself or give it to multiple players because it's multiple player friendly. Now, one thing you would have to do if you wanted to do things like splash potions or thrown tridents, that's what I've been playing with for this machine, this new one. So if I put myself into survival, game mode, S, and tag myself with summon item, it hits me with a potion. I'm not sure what potion I've got in there at the moment. I think it might be a potion of healing. Let's do effects at self, poison 1. Let's just do 50. Okay, no, it wasn't. It was a potion of harming. Don't know why it didn't give me harming at the start. Might have been a small glitch there, but I almost died. So let's go back into creative mode. So that's what it does. Let's do a little bit of setup first, just like I did in the first video, set up the structure block. So what you need to do is have your name ready, 111 in X, Y, and Z, and -1 in the offset. Make sure you've got include entities on, and back out of that. Like the previous one, the previous one you just dropped an item in there and then you saved it after you let the pickup data reduce. Now this one's a bit different because we're using things that are thrown, like the splash potions or lingering potions or tridents that you can't get in the summon command. You can get potions in the summon command, but you can't choose what type of potion it is. It's just water potion, so it's pretty useless. What we have to do is use the teleport command. So teleport all entities, type equals splash potion or type equals lingering potion, and then one block above it, and this one's the trident, thrown trident. And then if we activate it and we grab ourselves potion of our choice, let's use jump boost and a trident, and you throw, it'll be teleported there, and you throw that, it'll be teleported there. So now we have them ready to go into the structure block. You press save, you can deactivate that, press save on this one. I just called it P and T for potion. You don't actually need two structure blocks, the entity is there. So you save that one, and we can deactivate that, pick that one up. So at the moment I've got potion in here. We can set this up with just P, so it's just an offset of 000, so it takes takes over its own block when it's activated. And if I do that tag, it's now given me with the jump boost with the new one in there. And it's not going off over and over again because it deactivates itself. So some things are very similar to my other videos. So this one is the same. It's cloning the block above it to the right here. Do note I've used the relative command, so it is 1 + 1 on the x-axis for me. Depending on what direction you build it, you might need to change this, or just put the exact commands for this block here, because this is where it's being cloned to constantly. Down here, so this is a new addition. This is tagging all entities, not the players though. Type equals !! player, so that's excluding players. The only reason I think I did this is because during testing this, I accidentally tagged myself with summon by walking over it, and then the machine wasn't working. I was trying to work out why, and it's because I had the command, the tag, and it was getting confused. This is just to tag the item or the entity that ends up over here. This is why it's a little bit more friendly at copying and pasting, because it doesn't rely on the name, so you don't have to keep changing the name. If you use relative coordinates like this, and make sure it is 1 plus on the X for you, and 1, it will be 1 for the Y. But if you're building it the other way around on the Z axis, it might be 1 here instead of here, or it might be minus. So just have your coordinates on and just go left and right just to see where the number's changing, to see how to locate that box. This one is the teleport command, which is the same as before. However, I'm targeting the tag. So TP at all entities, tag equals summon, X squiggle, Y 1, Z squiggle. That should be the same no matter what direction you face this. DX equals 0 for the whole block. And then at all, tag equals summon, item C equals 1. So when you build this over and over again, if you're going to want to change what tag you're giving to the player to give them that item, so this would always change, and then in the other box, which you'll see in a second, that would change as well. This is also the same, execute at all entities, but now tag equals summon, then you're tagging the closest player, remove summon item. So that would be the player with the summon item. You could add some target selectors here if you really want to, your argument, sorry. So you could do R equals 2 or tag equals summon item. So make sure you are targeting, but this should be the closest player because you're teleporting it to their feet. So unless for some instance, the only way you could probably break it is if you tag the person, they leave immediately, and I mean immediately. So they've, but then this machine wouldn't carry on going because they wouldn't be here anyway. And as soon as they join, it will set the machine off and teleport the item to them and shut it all down for that player. This is the same, setting the block underneath it to where. If you don't normally use relative coordinates, it's probably good to, for these types of machines, if you're going to be copying and pasting it over and over again, because then it stops you from, you could just line these all up, and you don't have to keep changing coordinates. The only one you do have to manually change is this one, for two reasons. You're executing at the tag for what you're choosing to activate this machine, so this will change just like the previous one. And because you're using an execute command here instead of 2 command blocks, test 4 and then set block, we have to use actual coordinates here. So this will change. But if you're just moving it along in a line and having it all in a row, then you're only changing one number up by 1 each time to redstone block here. So that will activate the machine. It will activate this, dropping its item, and this is already waiting for it to happen. And then this is setting the block to redstone. Keep it on repeat. Always active. None of these are conditional either. These are all, so these purple ones are the repeat, and then these two are chain unconditional. always active. The only thing that's not always active is this one. It needs redstone. The rest are always active. So that's the machine. Let's put our other ones in there. We've already put P. Let's put the Trident in there. So you can see that when... Let's go into survival and let's heal myself. Effects, self, instant health. Let's just 150 true. That'll do. Tag, add summon item. See, I got hit by... Let's heal myself again. And I got hit by it. It's very quick because you get hit by it, but there isn't actually in the summon. There isn't a trident to summon. It's not thrown trident either. But there is potion, but it's just a water potion. You can't. There's nothing in the syntax to make it another type of potion. So there's my new machine. I know it's very similar to the last one, but this one is now more universal. Pretty much anything you can't use the summon for. If you want to save villagers because you've got a decent trade, or if you bred a horse to maximum speed, you could use, not that one, this one, which can be good. What you can do is probably use armor stands if you want to try and use a location rather than a player, for it to teleport to. But you can specify coordinates here if you want to, so it teleport once the player presses the button. But you just got to be, you don't have to play around with it. Whoops, that'd be fine. You have to play around with it to see if you can, so you can put coordinates in there. So have fun with it, and thank you very much for watching.